All right, moving over to the softball side of things. Let's talk a bit of a high point starting off with as the midweek classic. Tennessee gets a run rule victory over Eastern Kentucky,
I love how you just didn't
8-0.
even. I love how you
I
didn't even put 0. You just left it as nothing.
I didn't realize I did that, but
All right, it's fine. This
yeah,
is a good game. I didn't watch it, but this was a good game. Sophia
yeah,
Nugent though, 2 for 2 at the plate, 2 home runs, 6 RBI.
she had a
I
fantastic
see
day.
you, girl. Why did we pitch Carlin Pickens in this game? I'm not questioning
I
Karen
think
Weekly
so.
whatsoever, but
So she pitched the first 4 innings, and I think they brought in Aaron Newer to pitch that final inning,
the
if I'm
freshman,
not mistaken.
that'll work.
Let
That'll
me
work.
see here.
What a dominant game though.
Home stats.
Which you're
Yes,
supposed to
that's
do in a
exactly what
midweek.
happened. She came in and pitched the final inning. So yeah, just a one hit shutout in a run rule victory at the midweek classic. Wish I could have gone to that one. Unfortunately, I had to work. I do know some people that went to this game, so glad that they got to have it this year because the past couple of years it has been canceled due to weather. So really glad they got to have that midweek classic this year.
I forgot that's where that was played in Columbia, Tennessee. Heck yeah, close to my hometown, close to your hometown. So the only other like run that was scored that was off a hit was Brown singled through the left side and scored panel. Destiny Rodriguez walked in the third when bases were loaded and it scored Fiedler. So no, that's a good game, man. I hope it was a good fun show for everybody in Middle Tennessee that doesn't necessarily get the opportunity to travel to East Tennessee to support the ladies. So I'm glad they get that opportunity. I'm loving the fact that they do that. Even when basketball sometimes will go to Middle Tennessee and put on a show, or the football team sometimes does that. Nissan Stadium, Titans Stadium in the first. I don't like it being in East Tennessee. I'm like, come on, man, we want to play in Neyland. But it does give the opportunity to all the fans that don't have those opportunities to come out there and support the team. It just makes it so much easier on them, and I love it. I love the fact they do the mid-state classic and whatnot.
Yep, I do as well. So softball series this weekend kicked off, or I guess first pitch
Now we don't.
was on Saturday.
I was hoping we would just talk about the brackets now. This was the
Yeah,
highlight of the week for the ladies.
I don't want to talk about
When
it,
I said
but
mostly winning, this is what I was talking about.
yeah,
Hey,
we do have to talk about it though. Is
they did go into extras.
Yeah, 6-3 loss in this one. Tennessee did come back in this game as Arkansas took a 2-0 lead in the second. Tennessee responded with 2 in the third. Arkansas gets 1 in the fifth, and Tennessee responds with 1 in the sixth. But then the defense just kind of fell apart for Tennessee in that 10th inning as in the 8th inning as a sack fly resulted in a run. Then a bases loaded walk resulted in another one, and then another bases loaded walk resulted in a third run coming across. And Tennessee, unfortunately, could not do anything in the bottom of the 8th inning. Scoring in this game, Boo Gibson with a 2-run shot in the 3rd inning, and then Sophia Nugent with an RBI double in the 6th, rounded out the scoring. Carlin Pickens had a day on the mound.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, gave up 8 hits and gave up those 6 runs. And then, of course, 2 of those in the 8th inning were off of walks, but she did still have 10 strikeouts in this contest.
She gave up 8 hits? Yes, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she gave up 8 hits in 8 innings, which that's not terrible. But the three unearned runs, or the 3 earned runs, that the defense, two errors that were critical. And then also she walked a couple folks there in overtime, not overtime, 8th inning. I guess it is overtime, but that was the story, really. And you got to credit Arkansas coming into Tennessee, having lost both their, I guess, first 2 SEC series. And they came in with a chip on the shoulder and played like it, and really showed out. Tennessee, I thought when they scored in the bottom of the 6th that meant we were gonna win, because at that point put a lot of pressure on Arkansas. When they didn't score in the top of the 7th, I really liked our chances. Of course, couldn't make it happen, and then really Arkansas, man, just took advantage of the opportunity. I think they got on Carlin. They kind of felt, 8 innings of pitching, that's the 3rd or 4th time through the rotation, and you're pretty much knowing what's coming at you at that point. And even at 75 miles an hour, you can sometimes get lucky and catch up to it. And that's exactly what they did. And on top of that, Carlin got a little bit wild with the pitches. Not crazy, but not filling it up, and walked a couple people. And that's kind of the story that you get here. And that's why good defense is so important. I am a little nervous about the offense, though. I must be truthful about that. This is reminiscent of Alabama and Montana Fouts, especially her senior year, where she was absolutely dominant on the mound. All-American, right? And like her offense was never behind her. Like she had to win the game in order, defensively, she had to win the game in order to win the game outright. And I feel like the Lady Vols are kind of getting there. I thought that we made some moves offensively that would benefit, but so far, not looking like it. And this is only the 5th loss of the year, but again, in these tight, crucial games where Carlin Pickens is looking, top notch at her best for most of the game, and the offense is only able to put up 3 runs. It's just, I don't know, man. I think 3 runs just ain't enough.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And then it was even worse in the next contest, unfortunately, is today Tennessee drops 9-0 to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Only managed 5 hits in the contest. Aaron Newer she got roughed up in this contest. She is a freshman. It's the first time she's really gotten roughed up so far. So hopefully this is a game where she could take something from it and then learn from it going forward. But she got roughed up. Sage Marjetko came in afterwards and really pitched well. She didn't give up a hit, didn't give up a run, had 2 strikeouts, and then let's see, Tanner came in after that. Let's see, where am I looking at? Peyton Tanner. Yeah, Peyton Tanner came in after that and surrendered a couple of runs as well. Looks like she gave up 3 runs in this contest. Just Arkansas got on the pitchers today and did whatever they wanted to, really. And Tennessee couldn't muster any offense. Just unfortunate to drop this series, especially being at home.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really going to have to bounce back in a big way. But you got the toughest opponent on your schedule coming up this next weekend as softball team travels to Norman, Oklahoma to play in a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in Oklahoma. You do not have a midweek game this week. So we're going to find out what Tennessee softball is made of this weekend. As a Friday night's game, it is on SEC Network Plus. Saturday will be on ESPN. And then Sunday will be again on SEC Network Plus. What do we need to see from Tennessee in this game?
It's super simple for me. It's offense. The 0 spot against Arkansas, in my opinion, just doesn't have the best pitching in the nation. And you still can't muster runs. That's hurtful. On top of obviously giving up a lot. Now, I think Carolyn Weekly went to try to give her staff a little bit more experience. Starting Aaron, when honestly I didn't understand it. The announcers kind of said at the beginning of the game, like, hey, this is kind of like a must-win type scenario, and you're going to throw, her out there for, I think, her first SEC start. So, I mean, I understand. I'm never going to question her coaching because she's one of the best to do it. But I think just overall next weekend, I need to see the bats get hot. This can't be happening. It's unfair to the defense, unfair to the pitching staff. Gotta get some hits. Gotta get some runs.